The story begins with a man named Kieran Rhodes, a man who had built his life from the ground up. His journey wasn't easy, but through hard work, determination, and a little bit of luck, he had become the CEO of a successful chain of restaurants called Urban Bites. Known for its cozy atmosphere and delicious food, Urban Bites had become a favorite spot for many, but Kieran wasn't the kind of CEO who sat in a fancy office all day. He believed in staying connected to his roots, to the people who made his dream possible. One evening, as Kieran sat in his penthouse overlooking the city, he felt a strange unease. Something was bothering him. He couldn't quite put his finger on it, but he knew he needed to see things for himself, not as a CEO, but as an ordinary customer. He wanted to know if the values he had instilled in his company were still alive, if the heart of Urban Bites was still beating strong. The next morning, Kieran decided to go undercover. He put on a simple outfit, a plain shirt, jeans, and a cap to hide his face. He looked like any other customer. No one would recognize him. He chose one of his busiest locations, a restaurant in the heart of the city. As he walked in, the smell of freshly baked bread and sizzling spices filled the air. It brought back memories of when he first started. The small food truck he used to run, the long nights, the struggles. He smiled to himself, but that smile faded as he noticed something. The restaurant was busy, but the staff seemed off. They moved quickly, but there was no warmth in their actions, no smiles, no connection with the customers. Kieran took a seat at a corner table. He observed everything, the way the servers interacted, the way the manager stood at the counter, typing something on the computer, ignoring the line of customers waiting to be seated. He felt a knot in his stomach. This wasn't the Urban Bites he had built. A young server named Lana approached his table. She looked tired, her eyes heavy, but she forced a smile. "Good morning. What can I get for you today?" she asked. Her voice was polite, but there was no energy in it. Kieran ordered a coffee and a sandwich. As Lana walked away, he noticed how she hesitated for a moment, as if she wanted to say something, but then decided against it. He couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. A few minutes later, Lana returned with his order. "Here you go. Let me know if you need anything else," she said. Her tone was robotic, as if she had said those words 1,000 times before. Kieran took a sip of his coffee. It was good, but something was missing. The warmth, the care, the love that used to go into every cup. He looked around again, and that's when he saw it. A customer, an elderly man, was standing at the counter, talking to the manager. The man looked upset. "I've been waiting for over 20 minutes. My food still hasn't arrived. Can you please check on it?" he asked. The manager, a man named Trent, barely looked up from the computer. "Sir, we're very busy today. Your food will be out soon. Please be patient," he said. His tone was cold, dismissive. The elderly man sighed. "I understand you're busy, but I have a doctor's appointment in an hour. I just want a quick meal." Trent rolled his eyes. "If you're in a hurry, maybe you should have gone somewhere else. We're doing the best we can," he snapped. Kieran felt his blood boil. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. This wasn't just bad customer service. It was a complete disregard for the values Urban Bites stood for: respect, kindness, putting the customer first. The elderly man looked defeated. He turned to leave, but Kieran stood up. "Sir, please, let me help you," he said. The man looked at him, confused. "Who are you?" Kieran hesitated. He wanted to reveal himself, but he knew it wasn't the right time. "I'm just someone who cares." "Please, sit down. I'll make sure you get your food," he said. The man nodded and sat at Kieran's table. Kieran walked up to the counter. Trent looked at him, annoyed. "Can I help you?" Kieran took a deep breath. "That man over there, he's been waiting for over 20 minutes. He has a doctor's appointment. Can you please check on his order?" Trent sighed. "Look, I don't have time for this. We're understaffed today, and everyone's doing their best. If he can't wait, he can leave." Kieran clenched his fist, but he kept his calm. "Do you know why this restaurant is successful? It's because of the customers. They're the reason you have a job, the reason this place exists. Treating them like this, it's not just wrong, it's disrespectful." Trent laughed, a bitter, mocking laugh. You think you know how to run this place? You think it's easy? Try dealing with angry customers, lazy staff, and a CEO who doesn't care. Kieran's heart sank. What do you mean the CEO doesn't care? Trent shook his head. Kieran Rhodes, he's never here. He doesn't know what it's like to work on the ground. He's too busy living in his penthouse, counting his money. Kieran felt a lump in his throat. He wanted to tell Trent the truth, but he knew it wouldn't change anything. Not yet. He walked back to the table where the elderly man was sitting. Your food will be out soon. I'm really sorry for the wait, he said. The man smiled, a tired but grateful smile. Thank you. You're very kind. Kieran sat down, his mind racing. He had built Urban Bites from nothing, but somewhere along the way, he had lost touch. He had become the kind of CEO he never wanted to be. A few minutes later, Lana brought the man's food. Here you go. I'm so sorry for the delay, she said. Her voice was sincere, but Kieran could see the exhaustion in her eyes. As the man ate, Kieran struck up a conversation. Do you come here often? The man nodded. I used to, but not so much anymore. The service isn't what it used to be. It's a shame. This place used to feel like home. Kieran felt a pang of guilt. He had let his customers down, the very people who had supported him from the beginning. When the man finished his meal, Kieran insisted on paying for it. It's the least I can do. Thank you for your patience, he said. The man smiled. You're a good person. I hope you have a great day. As the man left, Kieran sat back down, his mind made up. He couldn't let Urban Bites lose its soul. He had to fix this. He walked up to Trent. I want to talk to you in private. Trent raised an eyebrow. Who are you to tell me what to do? Kieran took off his cap. I'm Kieran Rhodes, the CEO of Urban Bites. Trent's face turned pale. I didn't know. I'm so sorry. Kieran shook his head. This isn't about me. It's about the values we stand for. The way you treated that man. It's unacceptable, but I also realize this is my fault. I've been too distant, too focused on the big picture, and I've forgotten what really matters. Trent looked down, ashamed. I'm sorry. I've just been so stressed. We're understaffed, and the pressure, it's been overwhelming. Kieran placed a hand on his shoulder. I understand, but that's no excuse. We're a team, and we need to support each other. Starting today, things are going to change over the next few weeks. Kieran spent more time at the restaurant. He worked alongside the staff, listened to their concerns, and made changes to improve their working conditions. He also reconnected with his customers, making sure they felt valued and appreciated. Slowly but surely, the heart of Urban Bites started to beat again. The staff smiled more. The customers felt at home, and Kieran, he felt like he had found his purpose once more. The moral of the story is that success isn't just about money or fame. It's about staying true to your values, staying connected to the people who matter, and never forgetting where you came from. Because at the end of the day, it's the little things, the kindness, the respect, the love, that make all the difference. Before we wrap up, I want to take a moment to thank you for joining us on this emotional journey. Stories like these remind us of the power of kindness, courage, and standing up for what's right. If this story touched your heart, made you think, or inspired you in any way, let us know in the comments below. Tell us where you're watching from, and don't forget to share this story with others. Sometimes, a simple act of sharing can make a huge impact. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and join our community. We've got more heartfelt stories coming your way. Until next time, remember, kindness changes lives. See you soon.